Today we're going to work through choosing the appropriate statistical average. It's on page 514. I'm just going to have the book written here so that you can see it, but you can follow it along on the textbook as well. So, choosing the appropriate statistical average. Sometimes it is better to choose a particular statistical average rather than either of the other two. You should use the following as a rough guide to help you choose the most appropriate average. So the word average, we use average, but average means one of three things for us. It could mean mean, median, or mode, and sometimes it's good to use one of those. Sometimes maybe two of them are good. Sometimes some of them are not good, and it's just knowing what to use and when for average. So when all the values have to be taken into account, you choose the mean. So think about what scenarios do you need to use all the values and take them all into account. When there are one or two very small or very large values that distort the mean, choose the median. So the mean is not very good if you've got what you would call outliers or anomalies, a very small number or a very large number. So the median doesn't take that into account, so it's a better one to choose in that case. When you want half the values to be above or below the average, choose the median. So for example, if you know the middle person in the class, you'll know if you're taller or smaller than half class. So the median gives you a true halfway point or middle value. When you want the most popular value, you choose the mode. And when all the values are not numerical, you choose the mode. But lots of times the mode's pretty useless, to be honest. But those are two scenarios where you would use the mode. Let's go through some examples. Okay, example 10. We have a class voted on where to go for a day out, and the results are shown below. Which would be the most appropriate statistical average to use, and give a reason for your choice. Even though there's numbers here, the actual variable is seaside, sports centre, shopping, cinema, and museum. They're not numbers. They're a quality, or they're a thing. So you can't get the average of cinema and shopping, or museum and cinema, for example. So the one to go for there is the mode, the most popular, most common, which would be shopping. Example 11. The marks of a class test are given below, and here they are here. Which would be the most appropriate statistical average to use? Now this is actually quite a debated one. It's not cut and dry. And a lot of these questions will not be cut and dry. Maybe two averages that would be useful, and maybe one that's not so good. So let's look at what they say. The mean would not be appropriate because the mark of 97 would distort the mean. It would distort the average. So the marks are all pretty low except for that 97. So it would bring the mean up a lot higher, which maybe doesn't represent it very well. So the mean wouldn't be a good choice in that situation because of that one person. But there's nothing to say that a mean couldn't be good for a class test if that didn't exist, that outlier. So the reason why the mean's not good in that case is not because it's not good for class tests. It's not good because there's an outlier present in the data. The mode is 23. It would not be appropriate because this is the second lowest mark. So it just was coincidence that it was around the lowest mark that people were getting the same. It could have been 35, 35, 35, and it could have been the highest. The mode is just sort of nearly by, not chance, but it's not a good predictor there for an average. Therefore, the median 29 is the most appropriate. The median doesn't take into account sort of flux of people getting the same score. It doesn't take into consider outliers. It'll just go to the middle and get your middle value. So median is the best in that scenario. Example 12. The table below shows the rate of pay per hour for different employees in a company. And you've got the rate they're paid and the number of people who are paid that amount. So 7 people are paid 5.80 and so on. Which would be the most appropriate statistical average to use? Give a reason for your choice. So they've said the mean because all the values have to be taken into account. Now this one is not easy, to be honest, and you could argue that all three of them are good averages to choose, and I actually worked them out to show you that they're all pretty close in value. So there's it would be hard. It wouldn't be a very good exam question because you could argue that all of them are useful. So the mean is 6.15. The median and the mode are a bit higher, 6.45. They say the mean is the answer because all the values have to be taken into account. So let me show you why maybe we should go with the mean as opposed to the median or the mode. Well, the median is the middle value, which there are 10 and another 11. There are 21 values. So the 11th value is the middle one. The first 3 are in here and the next 7 here. So that's the first 10 people's pay here. The 11th person is into here, into this group. So that's where the median was £6.45. So the 11th person's in there, the middle. And this is also the most common group, so that's why the mode is £6.45. So that's what happens. But let's say the rate of pay for the first group was £1.35 and the second group was maybe £1.80. The median and the mode would still be £6.45. These numbers wouldn't affect that. Okay, so the median and the mode isn't really taking into consideration everything that's going on in the full picture. It's just looking at a middle value, a snapshot person, or the most common group. So the mean is taking into consideration what everyone's getting paid, and that's why it's a better average in this case. It would, by putting these down to 180, the mean would drop way down and reflect that. So the mean reflects the data better than the median and the mode in that question. But that's a tough one. I want you to try the exercise. I will go through it, but you give it a go yourself, and then you can listen to what I say after each question. Okay, as I said, I'm going to read through the questions and give my solution just probably verbally, and you can pause the video or you can just do the exercise out of the textbook and then listen to me if you prefer. But don't just listen to me and not do the exercise yourself. It's really important that you think it through, get your answer, your average, and then your reason, and then you can see if it agrees with mine, and then work from there. That'll stay in your memory a lot more than just listening to me for each question. So for each of the following, which would be the most appropriate statistical average to use, and give a reason for your choice. So we're going to write mean, median, mode, and you're going to write down a reason each time. In question 1, we've got to choose the average shoe size in a class. So if I was buying a pair of shoes and I want them to fit the most people in the class, they're either going to fit you or they're not going to fit you. So I would want to see what's the most common or the most popular shoe size in the class, and then that would be the shoe size I'd buy, and that would fit the most people. It'll not fit a lot of people, but it'll fit the most because that'll be the correct shoe size for that most common grip. So I've used the word most common or most popular, and that is the mode. If you find the mean, you'd end up with the average giving you some decimal number, and what are you going to do with that? And the median just tells you what the middle person, what their shoe size is, but it's not a good indicator for the most common or if lots of people have that shoe size. So I'd be looking for the most popular, most common mode. Okay, question 2. We're finding the average amount of crisps in a packet. Now, this is another difficult one. As I say, there's no cut and dry answers at times. The mean, median, and mode could be used for this question. However, if I wanted to take into consideration all the packets, some that have less and some that have more, averaging that out, the most appropriate way to do that would be the mean. So if you got the mode, it could just so happen that 2 packets had a smaller number, but the rest of them had larger, so the mode would distort things. Like let's say if you had maybe 10 in a packet, but then the other packets were 11, 12, 13, 14, maybe 17, something like that. The mode just doesn't represent it very well. The median gets the middle one. I'll tell you the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the middle is the fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 12 is not a bad indicator there. But there's some packets with higher amounts, and that might bring the average up a little bit. So the median's not taking into account all the crisp packets. So the mean's the best one in that case. Number 3. We're choosing a figure to represent the average cost of a holiday, and the costs are in pounds below. So here are the costs of the holidays, and you can see here some big spenders spend a lot of money. So immediately I'm thinking that's going to affect the mean. It's maybe not a good reflection on the rest of the data that one person's maybe spent a lot of money. So I'm going to rule out the mean. The mode's just telling you by chance 2 people spent the same amount of money on a holiday, these 2 here, so it's not so good. The median is going to give you the best indicator, which would be finding the middle value, the middle amount that's spent. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Add 1 to 10, which is 11. Half of 11 is 5.5. So the middle value would be 5.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the middle value is in between those, which should be £300. If you did the mean, that 795 would bring the average way above 300, which 300 looks like a good answer. Number 4, a class mini company take a vote on what price to charge for their product, and the results are given below. So you're looking for the most popular answer here because you're having a vote. It is all numerical, but do you want to average things out? If you got an average, let's say, of £2.75, no one, because some are below and some are above, nobody voted for £2.75. No one has said that they want it to be £2.75. It wasn't even an option. So using the mean there is not very good. Unless you want to, you'd have to go back and maybe ask them again if you give them new values and say, what about 275, and see if they vote for it. But that's getting way too complicated. This is what the options were. What's the most common? What's the most popular option? It's this one here. So that's the mode. The median, like the mean, will not satisfy the most people. It'll just find you somewhere in between. Well, actually, the mode, it happens to be the median in this case, is the same. But it's just by chance as such with the data. Okay, question 5. The time waiting for the school bus in minutes. So some people only wait 7, some wait 15. You're looking for somewhere in the middle. You're not looking for the mode. The mode's got 2 9s and 2 14s. Doesn't really tell you very much. You want to take into account all of the waiting times, not just what the middle person got, because if there's high waiting time or very low waiting times, the median wouldn't reflect that. So I'd be looking for the mean in that case. The median's not bad, to be honest, but the mean would represent all the time, so it'd be the most appropriate there. The results of a class vote for the favourite type of music shown below. Well, a bit like number 4, it's a vote. We're looking for the most popular, so we've got indie. You can't get an average of indie and garage. You don't know what that would sound like, so you've just got to go with one of them. So you go with the mode. Number 7, the number of detentions in a class. You'd want to take into account everybody. You don't want to know just what the middle person got, how many detentions they got, or what's the most common. You want to take into consideration, okay, the most common is to get 0, but that doesn't reflect the number of detentions in the class, because there's plenty of people who didn't get 0 detentions. So you want to take into consideration everybody, and when you want to take into consideration everyone, the mean is pretty good. The mean's the best, I would say, unless there are outliers. When you see outliers, that's when you sort of decide, I'm not going to choose the mean for my answer. Number 8, goals scored by teams in a league. So again, you want to take into consideration everything. You want to take into consideration there's 5 times where no goals were scored and 2 times where 3 goals were scored. There's no reason to not take into consideration all of them. Median and mode might be useful, but yeah, you want to go with the mean. Number 9, class voted. See, as soon as you see voted, it's most popular, most common. So number 9 is the mode. And then, finally, you've got percentage of fat in 10 different yogurts. And you might think, okay, just get an average, take into consideration the whole data. But you can see in this case we've got an outlier. We've got a 0% fat, and I think that would bring down the average too much, and it would maybe tell you that the average fat is about maybe 13 or 14% because of this, when really you're looking here around these values. That distorts it too much. So how do we get an average without the outlier distorting things? We choose the median. The mode's no good. It's the most popular, which ended up being 24, which is too high because more data was actually below 24 than actually was 24. Okay.